Well, kia ora whānau, Brad here. Welcome to another deep dive on the podcast. It was a real honour today to be joined by a New Zealand comedian, author, head writer for 7 days, and also Traitors New Zealand Season 1 winner, Sam Smith. Now, if you haven't heard of Sam, he has been around in the New Zealand and Auckland, New Zealand comedy scene for quite a while. If you've been to a live recording of some shows, you've probably seen him there warming up the crowd. He's really good at that. And we just got to talk about his journey into comedy, from growing up watching legends like Rowan Atkinson and Whose Line Is It Anyway, just that show, to talking about him becoming a dentist and how he decided, I'm going to give comedy a really good run. We talked about his experience filming The Traitors and what it was like playing that game as a faithful, and yes, spoiler, he wins, and it's pretty epic. So we talked about that. We talked about what it means to actually give things a go, because for Sam, in 2015, he was diagnosed with MS, and it's really affected his vision. And so we talked about how he's overcome that adversity and still said yes to all these awesome projects and not letting that change the way he lives his life. And of course, we talked about his authorship, new word, maybe it's not a new word, his journey into writing children's books from, and I'm going to read it out because I want to get it right here. He's written Snake Brought Cake, which is one of his first ones, and it started off as kind of a bit of a poem that got developed into this book. And up until recently, the Miles and Jones graphic novel series, which is a hit for kids all around New Zealand. So it's a really cool journey just hearing his story. And I think this podcast is funny, but also really inspiring, to be honest. And I know that I took lots out of this. I know you will as well. So chuck those headphones in wherever you get your podcasts and lock in. Sam, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming into our illustrious space.
I love it here. I love the plant.
Thank you.
I love how many plugs there are at the back there. I wish I bought some things to plug in.
Yeah. I've actually never thought about that.
There's so many.
There's 4 right there. I don't even know if they're in camera shot or not. And over there, there's lots of plugs around here.
This is legit. I want to set up a kitchen in here. I think that would be good.
Yeah. If you ever wanted to charge up some, actually my toaster just blew up the other day.
I'll tell you what, man. You can get toasters so cheap these days.
Yeah. Where would you go for a good toaster?
You can get a $12 toaster from Briscoe's, and it's got 4 slices in it.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 things at once. And it's only $12.
There's nothing worse for me than when you rock up to some event, like I've done stuff like matariki breakfast, because I'm also a school teacher by day. And we do this matariki breakfast and people are like, yeah, I'll bring my toaster along to help. And they bring in the 2-prong. Oh, such a waste.
Oh my gosh, man, yeah. Oh, thanks. You've just doubled the time I have to do this.
And then if you do Vogels, it's like...
Oh, you've got to do it 9 times each of that.
Yeah.
Were you affected by the Vogel shortage that we had last week?
Did we have a Vogel shortage?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Sounds like your household was all over it.
No, I don't eat breakfast. I'm not one of those people, but I work with fancy people who do.
Yeah.
And they were gutted. They couldn't buy it from their local supermarket.
Man, the war in Iran, eh? It's really...
Yeah, it's affecting us, man.
I mean, you thought the oil was bad. Lack of Vogels.
Don't get me started on oil. Did you hear some people got killed as well?
Yeah, well,
that's pretty sad.
That's also sad, isn't it? Yeah. Well, thanks for driving all the way out to our studio with that knowledge. Is that why you asked for a fuel voucher on the way?
No, that's because I like the taste of it.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I think that the cool thing about doing podcasts is that you just don't know where you're going to go. And I didn't envision starting with a deep dive into toasters from Briscoe's.
Yeah, and how immediately we got into the war in Iran.
Yeah.
I think that's quite good.
Well, yeah. The thing is, you say yes to a podcast, right? You don't know me from a bar of soap. Yeah. How did you know that this isn't some conspiracy podcast that we're going to talk about all sorts, but you just really took a deep leap of faith, man?
I think my background is in improv, so anytime someone is like, hey, do you want to do something that sounds cool? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
I was the warm-up guy for The Project when that used to be on, and that was really cool. And someone came up to me and was like, hey, do you want to MC my wedding? And I was like, okay. And I didn't know this person, and then I just went and I don't even know their names. Can't remember who they were. It was a nice thing. We went out west. Yep. I remember drinking like some really off-brand like fizzy drinks.
Oh, at Pam's?
At their wedding. Well, no, because I think I'd know Pam's.
Oh, off-brand. Oh,
yeah. And
right.
so they got married, and I was the MC, and I hope they remember that. And
Because you obviously do.
it was very memorable for me.
I've actually just been asked to, I've emceed a couple of weddings, and I've just been asked to MC a wedding, but it's co-MCing. So I don't know how that's going to work.
What?
2 of us have been asked to MC it together.
What?
Down in Christchurch too. I didn't read the fine print. I was like, yeah.
Is this a friend that you know, or just a random?
No, friend I know. But yeah, kind of.
There's not that much to do when you MC.
I know. I mean, it's kind of the stock standard. Tell everyone where the exits are. Make a joke about how if you don't get invited for family photos, you should, think hard and long about your relationship with the bride and groom. So I don't know how the 2 of us are going to do that, but
I guess you could get one person to do all the yelling, hey, we need all the cousins for the photo now.
Yeah.
And the other person could do the, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, the bride and groom.
Yeah, that's true. I remember there's a really well-known wedding venue out west somewhere. It's like in a foresty wood place.
Wood Hill Forest?
It's maybe.
I think that's a place where you actually go and do climbing ropes and stuff.
No, but it's out west somewhere. But anyway, there's the venue. The ceremony's normally held in the forest, and then there's this kind of barn next door, which the reception normally is. And I remember being at a wedding where, like most weddings, a lot of people get invited to their ceremony, not always everyone to the reception, right?
Yeah.
And the groom's specific instructions to the MC, who's a good friend of mine, was you need to somehow tell the people that are coming to the reception where the reception is, whilst not giving the game away to everyone who's only been...
Oh my gosh, like a puzzle.
Yeah. And you know how he did it? He said, hey guys, look, for those of you that know you've been invited to the reception, it's just down here in the barn at 2:00, da-da-da. And for the rest of you, enjoy your drive home. Yeah.
By telling... I heard of someone who is MCing someone they know. It's their 3rd wedding, and he's MC'd all 3 of the weddings.
So hang on, same guy
Getting married 3 times, has got the same person to MC their wedding
Maybe
every
that's
time.
The problem.
Potentially, yeah. And I think the guy, by now, like, you kind of have to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to start, like, the ceremonies by going, welcome back.
That's gold.
So amazing.
But that's the thing about comedy, right? Is I had a comedian, I was telling you before, I had a comedian in here last week, and we talked about this idea. He's currently in the South African version of The Office that's just been rebooted, yeah? And we talked about this idea of sometimes comedy, you really are pushing boundaries on jokes and gags that are like PC or not.
Yeah.
I think that's just the safe place that comedy can create, right? Is you can kind of have a bit of a laugh at that expense, knowing it's in good heart and good jest.
I think so. The thing that I always say, it's about picking your audience right. If you know what audience you're performing to, great. That's why, I've been working on 7 Days since season 2. We know the audience pretty well. It's broad New Zealand. We can go a bit, we can push the boundaries a little bit, not too much, but that's our space. And there are comedians like, Anthony Jeselnik or someone like Jimmy Carr who can be as dirty as they like. That's what the audience are expecting when they come to see it. If you're an open micer who has just started it and anyone off the street can walk in and listen to you, you shouldn't be doing those horrible jokes because you'll ruin people's lives.
Yeah, just scarring.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about this. Me and a friend of mine had this gag idea as a comedian. I think actually I won't tell you what I think. Yeah. But imagine coming across an open mic. He had this idea one day, and it's become a popular joke in our friendship circle called the watermelon joke. And how it works, he walked past an open mic one night and thought, how funny would it be to get up and tell a long form style joke.
Yes.
For ages and ages.
Yep.
The man is looking for a watermelon and he's gone over to the gas station. There's no watermelons and he's gone here and everyone's waiting for the punchline. And the punchline is something like, and so when they finally arrived at the supermarket where they knew there'd be a watermelon, they bought one.
See, the comedian in me would love that. That is so funny that you would take that amount of time to do it. Yeah. I think that's great. As long as the journey isn't completely dull.
Then
that's
you're
a fantastic
setting it up,
joke.
right? You're setting it up for this funny ass joke and everyone's on board and then you just end it with no joke.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Because it's that whole not doing a joke there is the joke, because jokes often you set up an expectation and then you break it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it tends to be. why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? I always thought that was an anti-joke, but then I realized that the other side actually means like when you die, you go to the other side.
Yeah.
So I only realized that wasn't an anti-joke about 3 years ago.
Right.
And then I realized, whoa, that anti-joke wasn't oh my God, that's the greatest joke of all time.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to that. Layers also is what chickens do when they lay eggs. So that's a third joke I've thought of that.
Man.
This is the
No
best
wonder
joke
you're
ever.
a writer. Yeah. But it's so true. Like, even with that watermelon joke, what then becomes funny is when someone new to the group experiences the joke and everyone that knows the joke is hearing it told.
Love it.
It becomes second layer because it's like the funniness is trying to not crack, knowing this is going nowhere.
I love that you said crack as well. That's another egg thing where
we got
we're
4 now.
absolutely nailing this. You're keeping track of this, right?
Yeah, right.
He's got
That's
it.
what his notes say. He's going to tell him much.
But yeah, I love, I can't remember what we were talking about. It was really good though. I enjoyed it.
Eggs. So we said off here, we've met, not that you remember it, but I've been to a couple of 7 days recordings and I think you've got, you might disagree with me, but I think you've got one of the hardest gigs in the room is the crowd work. You're working the studio audience. And I know they do writing and things, and we'll get into that too, in terms of you're not just in the crowd. You've got a big part to play in the writing of 7 days. But just even take us to that perspective. You've been doing crowd work for live audiences all over the place, different shows, different platforms. For you, how different is that in terms of the style of work as a comedian, as opposed to having your own kind of stand-up gig or being a panelist on 7 days?
It's completely different. I treat it as a completely different thing. I know a lot of people don't like doing warm-up because you kind of have to think people are often like, who the hell is this guy? I come to see 7 Days or Taskmaster. There's a guy just talking to me now. So I started doing it for Jono and Ben and then for Family Feud. And Family Feud is sort of where I taught myself how to do it. I'd never really seen anyone else do it before.
This is when Di was hosting, wasn't it?
Di hosting Family Feud, yeah. So I hung out a lot with him. And with warm-up, if you treat it as if you're just there to be mates with the audience, find out about them, make sure they just feel relaxed and welcome, which is pretty easy to do, I think, if you chat to people and you ask them questions, and then people feel like, oh, look, I'm part of the show. I'm playing a job here. It's my job to provide all the energy and the noise. That's cool. I've got to do that. And so I think by coming at it from that way, whereas other people are like, oh, look, I've got this stand-up gig. I'll deliver my best material, and people just don't really care about you. They just want to get jazzed ready for this for the actual show, which is what. And I think because I've done it long enough now, I quite enjoy it, and it's second nature now. I can be feeling tired and just roll out of bed and go, hey guys, we're going to make a TV show. How exciting!
Well, I think you hit on something really important though, is that we're not, I've been there a couple of times, and Ryan, our audio engineer off camera, he's been as well, and something that we both, well, actually we haven't talked about this, but this is what I felt, is that you do not know what to do. You're there and you're like, this is what I've watched on TV growing up. I mean, I had Di was on our 50th episode.
Yeah, great.
And we
I love him.
He's an awesome guy. Yeah. And we talked about this idea of this 7 days is ingrained in most people's childhoods growing up. If you're in your mid to late 20s, you turn up as an audience member, you don't know what to do. So I was pleasantly surprised at the fact that I felt so calm and comfortable, and I think that's actually was a result of your work.
Oh, great. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Yeah, awesome. Because that's exactly what it is. You can't sit back and relax and laugh and have fun if you're feeling awkward and agitated. And sometimes when you're doing warm-up for a show that's just started up and people don't know it, then that's a bit weird because you're feeling that yourself as well. And you try and sort of be the oh no, hey, this is all normal. Yeah, oh, that thing stopped working. That's weird. I often think of myself as like, I'll sit in the crowd and I think a lot of warm-ups would do warm-up at the beginning and then often just leave and not be part of it. Yeah. But I like to stick around and be in the crowd and talk to everyone during the breaks. And if anything breaks or goes wrong, you can then mention it and be like, you could just say the things that are happening. Like, is this meant to happen or something like that?
I remember you doing stuff like that.
And everyone would be like, oh, well, he's saying the things that I thought, what a clever guy. But no, you're literally just saying the things that come to mind.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know. I don't know if this is like I'm giving away producer secrets here, but something that I experienced when I turned up is, because we're like the studio audience gives energy to the comedians and
Totally.
the comics on the panel, right? And so, I know that you guys do a really good job at 7 days, as an example, to make us feel comfortable. We get a complimentary drink and a complimentary pie.
Yeah.
But the first time I went, I had one of these Big Ben pies. And I opened it and I bit into one, and the mince fell all over my hand.
Oh,
And it
great.
was
Oh, my gosh.
thermonuclear,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And I was in the little side bar. I was like a portaloo thing, trying to cool it down. And then I'm sitting in the first part of the show. My hand is on fire, dude. And I'm like, man, this is an interesting experience.
Yeah, we do that on purpose. We really want everyone to be
One exploding pie
Yeah.
per night. I just drew the short straw. So when you had those Hell's Pizza wheel of death or whatever it was.
The spicy one, yeah. Yeah, we get one that we put in the oven for 10 minutes, and then we put it in one of those paint machines to shake it up. So it's all like there's one beer as well that was shaken up, ready to explode on someone as well.
That's such a good experience. And so you've done it in different formats, right? So how do you adapt doing your working of the crowd and warming up the crowd depending on the show you're on? Do you have to change kind of your levels?
I don't think so. I think with 7 days I can be a bit dirtier, and I'll often I don't mean like dirty. I mean, I'll swear a little bit. And often I think that's me trying to be cool in front of the audience. I might be the least cool person in the world. So that's me being like, don't worry, look, I'm cool. I can say this word. But also that, if the comedians swear, they've then heard it, and it's not like suddenly a big thing. So I try and kind of make it fit the tone of the show. Family Feud was very family friendly, and Jono and Ben was, you could be a bit sillier, and Taskmaster is full of nerds, so I just talk about super nerd things, and then
something about you, Sam, is that there are a lot of New Zealand-based comics that are very much in the spotlight, and people know Di Henwood, people know Paul Ego, Jeremy Corbett, people know these names. I feel like something that you've really dived in on is that it's kind of like the Batman effect, where you are is that the word to use? But like you do a lot of work in the world of comedy New Zealand. You're known anyway, but it's like this kind of the glue. This kind of glue
that's
type work.
nice.
Like, I mean, you do a lot of writing, right? I mean, I know
man.
you've written for Taskmaster, you've written for 7 Days, you're an author yourself. We'll talk about that. But just even the fact that people don't realize people write these gags, guys. It's people write them themselves. People have writing. Yeah, it's just you're in the back room doing the grunt work.
Yeah, I think I'm a writer. That's what I am. I do comedy so that I can do writing, basically. So yeah, after I studied dentistry first, because that's what you do. You become a dentist,
right?
And you get a proper job, and then my first year out of dent school, I was like, oh no, I love writing. I was in Otago, and I did the Capping Show, which is like a student review show running sketch comedy. So that was the thing that I loved.
Nothing to do with dentist capping.
No, it wasn't. Those are actually called crowns. So
okay.
So good. But nice one.
Thank you. Thank you. I was trying, the chicken thing. I was trying to match that energy.
I think technically there's probably I'm getting super dentistry thing. I think technically if you get if you expose the pulp horn of a tooth, you can cap it by cauterizing it and then putting hydrogen
hydrogen peroxide. Is that what you're about to say?
Calcium hydroxide over it. I haven't been a dentist for 12 years, so I'm amazed that these words are slowly coming back. Yeah. I think that's technically called a cap, and then you seal it on. But yes, over at the top of a tooth is called a crown.
Different type of cap, though.
Exactly right.
Yeah, gotcha.
And so running sketch comedy stuff from there, I then went, and in my first year out of dentistry, I went and did a Master of Arts in Script Writing, because I just wanted to do writing. It's great. And then it was that year that I got my job doing running jokes on 7 Days, and that was 17 years ago.
That's crazy. So how is that? Because I mean, even coming up, you've got your own kind of set at the Comedy Gala, right? That's coming up.
Yes.
And so which is exciting, but this is you now in the limelight, man. This is you stepping out there and
yeah, it's great. So I've been doing stand up sort of on and off the whole time. I kind of don't feel like I need to do stand up, because I get creatively fulfilled by doing warm up.
Yeah.
And again, because my background is improv, I was doing theatre sports and stuff at uni and high school. that's the thing that always sort of feels a bit more organic, and I often feel like it's kind of better for me in the moment. I've got a couple of songs that I've always done in stand-up whenever anyone hires me to do anything. And so that's what I've got to do in Gala.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Great.
The Gala's like the big thing in stand-up in the world. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited about it. It's on the 1st of May.
Yeah, that's coming up quick.
Yeah.
We'll have to release this episode before that happens because we want to get people heading along.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's not sold out already. But
yeah, I don't know how that works.
well, people buy tickets normally. Right?
Yes, yeah, they do. And it's such a good show. It's like all the international acts that have come over, all the big New Zealand ones. I'm on there as well. And it's sort of like a 2-hour show of the best things, the best sort of smorgasbord of the start of the comedy festival, which would be awesome.
What is it that for you, not prefers, but you really enjoy people, I guess, taking your work, your writing, and delivering it as their jokes? I mean, there's a bit of it takes like I think of like these massive artists who release these songs, and they'll always give credit and say, I actually didn't write this song. This person wrote this song, and I'm just performing it. But, you know, the credit doesn't always get back to you. But you must just take some joy in the fact that when people are laughing at whoever's delivering the jokes you've written, you just sit there quietly going, yeah.
It's so good. It's so amazing when you watch someone do a joke you came up with. And the and the great thing about it as well is if they do the joke well, you can be like, man, I wrote that. I'm a genius. If it doesn't go, if the joke falls flat, you can be like, well, they delivered it wrong.
Yeah.
It was perfectly written. So you've got this great thing to sort of protect yourself with, which I love that. That's so cool. I feel like I think the Bee Gees wrote a bunch of songs for other people. I'm kind of like the Bee Gees of comedy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Although they were kind of funny as well, actually.
Yeah, no.
High voices and stuff.
Yeah. Is there, what is it for you? Like, is there any protectiveness over who gets to deliver your material? Like when you're writing jokes, right, or when you're writing material, do you have a comedian in mind every time you do it?
Sometimes, like if I'm writing scripts for things and you know who's going to say the words, then that's awesome because you kind of just imagine what they would say, and then you just sort of then type that out, which is quite cool and kind of easy. If you don't know who's going to say it, like if I'm, when would that happen? Just every so often, if you're like just working on a certain topic that you want to prepare some jokes for, and you don't know where they're going to end up, then I guess I just do my own comedy voice and then hope that relates to whoever then looks at it and I guess.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to say, yeah. I'm so lucky. Like, the people I've got to write over for the years are great at delivering lines. Guy Williams, Jono and Ben, and then, Di and Jeremy Corbett. Like, those are 4 of the 5 people. Jono and Ben counts as one person.
Yeah.
Those are like 5 of the just absolutely top-notch comedians who are so great at what they do.
What makes them so great?
That's a very good question. They're good at delivering jokes. Good. I think it's a je ne sais quoi. It's a certain thing you can't put your finger on. Some people have it, some people don't. And those people just all love comedy, really get into sort of the weeds of trying to figure out what makes a joke work, and there are too many words leading up to this word. Let's take out a couple of them.
Oh, so there is a bit of back and forth sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely. So I write the scripts for 7 days, and then I'll do my version of it, and then Corby will go through and tweak some things. Come up. There'll be certain references to things that I'll know that he doesn't, because he's an old man. And I'm a massive nerd, and so he'll be like, "Oh man, I don't think people will get this very, very specific thing about how their crowns are not caps."
Yeah,
and and because Corby especially has worked in like radio for such a long time, he knows what sort of a broad audience is. So he is so good at just knowing the exact points. That's why he's been around for so long.
It's an intense environment. You know, I had Pax on the show once.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Pax and I started the same year. We did the Raw final in 2011.
Oh, no kidding.
So we're, yeah.
I love that. I love what Pax is doing as well outside of comedy. Well, it's still within the realms of comedy, but his TV work and the show
it's
he's
so good,
got
right?
But something that I never really factored in is that, and mutual friend Rhiannon said the same. It's like 7 days environment is quite you've got to jump in and deliver. And I know a lot of comics, and you've probably seen this over the years of the show, a lot of comics come on the show and on their first or second show, they probably only deliver 1 or 2 lines because they're learning the timing. It's fascinating how that works, because like it's a half an hour, is an hour these days.
It's an hour these days.
The recording itself's like 2 or 3 hours, So I can see that. That's a tough space to.
You have to get used to doing what I did just then, was to overlap what people have said, is that you see that they're about to come down, and I'm not good at it myself. I wait for people to finish what they say and listen to them, and by then the other people that have been doing it for 450 episodes will jump in and sort of destroy it.
Have you been on the panel yourself?
I've been on twice. Yeah, I filled in for someone who was away once, and then I was on another. Like a couple of weeks after that, and then, but then I think the thing is, I'm quite good at warm up, so they were just like, "Well, we'll get you to do warm up. That's the thing that you're the best at." And then, so yeah, I'm very happy doing that.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's a good place.
Yeah, and there'll be people listening to this podcast who know you from different realms, which is cool. You're very what's the word? Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You've got a whole different line of different things you've done and are doing, right?
Yeah.
And so people will know you from different spheres, whether it's they've been to a live event and seen you there, or they know you through your authorship, or they know you through Traitors, whatever it might be, right? And so
I love the term authorship. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That makes it sound so flash.
Yeah, man.
I write kids' books.
Yeah.
Author.
Well,
I'm an author.
I'm a primary school teacher, man, and you'd be a celebrity in the. If I bring you in with my class and did, hey, this is an author who writes.
Yeah, great.
Bang! The kids will ask you a million questions, including,
what's
your favorite color?
I love those. Are you rich? That's a great one.
Yeah.
I'm going to a school tomorrow, actually.
Oh, lovely.
Waikofi School. I think it's in Mount Roskill. Where's your school? What's your school?
Long Bay.
Long Bay College. Oh my gosh.
Primary.
Oh, cool. Of course.
Yeah, I teach the little ones.
I'm on the shore. I went to Westlake, so that's why.
Did you? Where'd you go to primary school?
I went to Christchurch Infant School in England, and Christchurch Junior School in England, and then Hampden Street School in Nelson.
Oh, no kidding. And then you moved to the shore.
And then we moved to the shore. Is that right? I went to Nelson Intermediate and then Wairau Intermediate. Yeah.
Oh, Wairau Intermediate.
Yeah.
I've got a friend who teaches there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, funny that.
I really want them to get me back.
Yeah.
My son is going there next year. I'm so excited.
Tell me about that. For you, and I love this kind of corridor when you're speaking with people. You've got your career, you've got your work, you got what you're known for, but then the biggest career for you and for a lot of people is being a father, right?
Yeah.
And there's these different milestones of your kids' lives where they first see you on the telly, or they first start primary school, they first walk and talk, blah blah blah. You got your first kid going to intermediate school.
Yeah, I feel like that's so old. It's Charlie. He's awesome. He's actually just been voted to be the deputy principal for his school tomorrow. I'm so proud.
Okay.
So
is he year 6 right now?
He's year 6 right now.
Yeah.
And they've got this thing, and him and his friend Sion is going to be the principal, and Charlie's going to be the deputy principal. And he's just coming up with all these ideas about what he's going to do. And I was like, you should go in and make major changes. like we're going to disestablish the board of trustees. We're gonna lunchtime's gonna be an hour.
Yeah, that's always a common one.
Just all these things. I thought that'd be fun to do, but I think he's actually quite responsible.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, no, we still have lessons that people need to learn.
You send him to school tomorrow with the anti-establishment t-shirt on or something.
His shirt says "fuck the police."
Yeah.
Under his tie, because he's also the deputy principal.
Yeah,
you need to be dressing up good.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think he gets to park in the principal's car park, or the deputy principal's car park.
What's he parking with?
I guess he's borrowing our car. I don't know.
Yeah, or his bike. One of the two.
He walks to school,
right.
His shoes. I don't know.
Just reserves a little sticker down.
He just puts a blanket down as a nap there when he gets there.
Do your kids understand or know what you do in terms of your line of work?
I think so. I've got them to do acting things and comedy stuff. They both love comedy. They're both very funny. I've got Charlie, he's 10, and Harry is 8. And so Charlie was, as a baby, was in Jono and Ben and in Funny Girls when that was on. And Harry did an ad for McDonald's when he was 4. He got $12,000 for it. So he's the richest kid in the entire world.
Man,
he's made more money out of ads than I have. And I'm a professional. That's a lie. I did an ad for Co-op Bank, and that was really good. Yeah, so apart from that. But yeah, so they love it, and they are often keen to be part of things, and they are super into it. I think Harry's school, which is Sunnydale Primary, where they both go.
Ah.
Do you know Sunnydale Primary?
Well, funny, yeah, they were advertising a year 5-6 teacher for this year, and I was going to apply.
That's a good school.
But I stuck where because I'm new to Torbay. I've just moved to Torbay. I was in Glenfield for many years.
Yeah, nice.
And Marlborough.
Oh, my neck of the woods. Very good.
Yeah, I was living off, if you know where Windy Ridge is. But that's where I was living for years and years, and I just moved to Torbay.
Amazing. Are you from the shore?
No, I'm from Whangamata.
Yeah, nice, man. I could
Down the Coromandel?
You've got Whangamata vibes.
Yeah. Good. Hear that, people?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a good vibes to have. I used to be in a ska band in the 2000s, and we did a wonderful gig down. No, I've never been to Whangamata, but we did Coromandel. We did Thames, and we did the Coroglen Tavern.
Oh, mate.
My gosh, it was so
good. You know that tavern. They do big gigs there, man. Like LAB were there. I don't know if 660 have been there.
They would have been there.
Yeah, like everybody's it's kind of the give it that small unique venue. People got to do it.
It's perfect. It's perfect for that thing. I turned 40 in when's my birthday? August, and I got a band together, a bunch of my old mates from that ska band. But I played bass in the band, and I was like, I want to play guitar and sing and be the lead guy. This is my band. Yeah. So I called up my friend Chris, who I did theatre sports with at uni, and he's Chris Mack. He's in 660.
Yeah, right.
And he was like, yeah, man, I'll come play bass for you. So
Amazing.
Chris Mack, who's I've never played music with him before. We've only ever done stand-up and theatre sports stuff together. He's really good.
That's crazy.
He's, weirdly enough, the bass player for New Zealand's most successful band ever.
Yeah.
Is not only a great guy.
So
really funny.
That was last August.
That was in August, yeah.
Where'd you host it?
At the Classic, the comedy bar on Queen Street.
How good is that?
Oh, it was so awesome, man.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, it's cool. It's some of those things they say your 21st, your 40th, sometimes your 30th, eh?
Yeah.
Then your 60th. Those are kind of your big birthday bashes.
My 21st, I was in Dunedin, and 2 of my friends held their combined 21st on my birthday. Okay. Liam Dunbar, Ahmed Yassai. They're now doctors, I think.
Right.
And that was very rude of them, and they shouldn't have done it. And then for my 30th, I was in hospital. I've got MS. And so I was diagnosed like
that 2015-ish?
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
And it would have been like maybe a week before that. Yeah, I went into hospital a week before. I was in Auckland Hospital when I turned 30. Oh. Good though. My team, the Crusaders, won that day.
Yeah.
Which, thanks guys, really appreciate it. Really cheered me up. It was great. But so by the time I got to this 40th, getting to play with like all my mates again, all my my best friend from high school was on guitar, the drummer for our band, Chris, and a guy that I did a show last year as well, Spam-A-Lot. I was in it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And one of our friends from that was Hugo. He played trombone. I was like, oh, I've always wanted a trombone in the band. We'll get you in the band. And so doing that was just, man, such the nicest moment.
Yeah.
To just playing. We just played 6 of my favorite songs for anyone who wanted to come along, and oh, dude, it was great. I loved it.
It's cool to know when people show up for you, eh?
Yeah.
You know that feeling that, I mean, maybe it's as I've gotten older, I just appreciated more and more. Like I turned 28 in Jan.
Yeah,
and
nice,
I actually just kept it quiet. Not for any reason, but I just, I'm not the kind of person who will say, hey guys, it's my birthday, let's do something.
Yeah.
But my friends remembered and said, what are we doing for your birthday this week?
Yeah,
I'm
good.
Like, cool. Thank you.
Sign of good people, eh?
It is, yeah, it is. We ended up playing a murder mystery game called Blood on the Clock Tower. It was good fun.
I know it. I've never played it, but it's the thing that when we did Traitors, they were like, oh, if you play Blood on the Clock Tower, you got to play Blood on the Clock Tower. It's like the good version of Traitors. You're like, oh, okay.
No, it was a good time. Keen to talk about that, but before I do, like, you talk about your kids and them even getting into the world a little bit with being in front of the camera or doing this and that. Do you see any of yourself in them?
Yes, I do. Charlie is a massive nerd like me. I think he.
What do you nerd out about the most?
At high school is maths.
Yeah,
I love maths.
Favorite subject to teach, man.
Yeah,
It is for me.
It's for me. It's the answers are black and white. Like I can, once you put down the right thing, that's right. With English, which is now, I guess, what I do. There are opinions. Like I can put down what I think is the right
it's subjective.
answer, and if the other person who's marking it agrees with me, great. If they don't, then that's wrong, and that doesn't work with the sciencey black white maths brain that I have. So yes, I always loved maths. That was my favorite thing.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I was never though like, oh cool, I'll become a mathematician. Thing. I was always like, oh no, I'll be a doctor. I'll be a dentist.
Yeah. It is funny because like a lot of kids will ask me the question, how are we going to use this? How do we use maths? I remember the other day I was teaching my kids, this game called Skunk. And you roll dice. It's got all sorts of different names, poison, number, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You roll the dice and you add the number in the column and you sit down when you want to play it safe. Because if I roll a 3 or a 2, you get a 0 if you haven't banked your money.
Oh, yeah.
And a kid the other day goes, so you're teaching us to gamble? And I was like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Which is a great lesson to learn.
Don't do it.
Learn it early on. You just learn how fun it can be.
Yeah. So I got fired. No.
I love at the beginning of every rugby game with like, hey, look, man, you could make like $35 if this really bad lock scores a try, and that'd be good. So yeah, definitely get into that, and we'll double your money. But yeah, hey, do gamble responsibly.
Yeah. The line they walk. So you do see kind of yourself and your kids as they've been getting older.
So Charlie, yeah, definitely, and then Harry is he's real cheeky, and I think like. I really think he's really funny.
Yeah, cool.
And so much so that he'll do something a bit naughty and I'm just laughing. I have to take myself away to stop laughing at this crack up thing you said. And he's at the great age where he keeps on being like, I keep asking what he wants to do when he's older in life, and he's like, yeah, I think I've got it down to being either a dentist or a comedian. I'm like, oh, buddy, oh my God,
love that.
It's so nice. Yeah,
is the life you've experienced a life you'd want for your kids in terms of your career?
Career, yes. Oh, yeah, I think so. I love my career. I think it's so cool. I think it's so awesome that I get to do so many different things. But I know certain other people like consistency, and they might want to work at one place their entire lives and sort of make that thing their absolute home, and that that's the thing they do 9 to 5. Whereas me, I like to do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, and so if they wanted to do that, that'd be good. I'm quite lucky. My wife she works for Auckland Council. She works in the strategy team for all these things. So it's quite a good.
Do you get a little inside requests going on there?
Hey,
We
Meg,
need more water fountains.
Could we put up another bridge over the harbour somewhere?
Yeah, was that your idea?
Yeah, that was me. I want the tunnel. I think the tunnel will be amazing.
Yes.
They were like, it costs $7 billion. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
Wait, and it'll take like 2 hours off my commute?
Well, whoever's idea it was to remove bin tags, thank you.
Oh, that has made my life so much better.
I know.
Do they watch? Because thank you.
Thank you.
It's so good.
You know the 10 p.m. mad dash to like a gassy and there's nothing open to get a bin tag for the morning?
So good. And then sometimes they forget to take it off. And you're like,
reuse.
I got a doubler. Oh, this is so good.
Oh,
I love
it's so true. It's so true. Isn't it funny, eh? Like I always think this. Doesn't matter who you talk to in life, the amount of shared experiences and thoughts and ideas you have with fellow humans is just remarkable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that we've talked about fintechs. But genuinely, that's filled me with joy.
Yeah, it's so good. For you, man, I'm keen to talk about your authorship, as we say.
Yes,
but
great.
the last thing I want to ask, just in the comedy realm, is that you talk a lot about improv and enjoying improv, and even you growing up as I don't know if you call yourself an aspiring comedian when you're younger, but just this, like, what was your, like, who were you looking up to? Who were you inspired by, comic wise, and you know?
The big one for me, when I was 6 years old, I knew all the words to a tape we had, which was Rowan Atkinson Live. It's his one-man show. I'm seeing nods from Ryan there. It is just a fantastic example of small sketches put together. What, there's 10 of them maybe?
Yeah.
I had one of them read at my wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from Nazareth the Amazing, the one where he's a priest and he does all the Jesus stuff, like he's a magician. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And that is, from that, that's sort of like, oh yeah, I'm into comedy. My brother as well was then like, you know this guy, Rowan Atkinson, he was in a show called Blackadder. We watched that and it was so good. And then from Thomas as well, actually, that's my brother, he was then like, and there's this new show called Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Fantastic
where
show.
they make things up. And so I think I was just following Thomas around, my older brother, with all these comedy things. And then I just sort of kept going, and we did theatre sports at school. And then one time at theatre sports thing, they had like an acting training thing that you could do. So we went along to that, and that turned out to be actually an audition for a thing called Class Comedians, which is they teach high school kids to do stand-up. And I did that when I was in seventh form, and that was amazing. And so then my actual like stand-up influences at that time, I hadn't really seen too much stand-up until then, I think. Then became Di Henwood, Ben Hurley, Steve Wrigley.
Steve Wrigley, I haven't heard his name for a long time.
He moved to the States.
Right.
He's his wife is from there, so he lives in New York now.
Crazy.
He's done lots of Twitch stuff as well. He's still putting up a lot more of his stuff online, and man, he's so good.
You know, Ben Hurley's one of those comedians where I went to a stand-up show. Him and Di both did, and I think it was last year's comedy festival.
Yeah.
And Ben just walked out there and just talked to the crowd the whole night.
He's
That
so
was all
good.
he did. I don't know how many set jokes he had. I think he had one or two, and then he just goes, "So, mate, what do you do?"
Yeah.
And it was a very unique form of comedy. I thought it was very clever.
Yeah, he is. Oh man, Hurley's one of my favorites. I actually got to play bass in the band for his 40th.
Oh, I love that.
Which is so good to just bring that back in as well. But yeah, Hurley used to be the head writer of 7 Days, and I'm now the head writer. So Hurley and Nick Ratto as well. So just two wonderful. They're just so great at crafting jokes and knowing exactly where the funny in a thing is and how to cut it down, and sort of the nerdiness of it as well, which is what I really love. But yeah, I often feel like when I'm doing stand-up, I'll say, so then this happened, right? And then I'm like, oh, that's exactly what Ben Hurley would say. I feel like I'm copying him a lot.
Yeah.
And then Di, whenever anything gets silly, I'm being like,
he's a really physical performer, isn't he?
He's so good at that. And then Jeremy Elwood is one of the other ones who's sort of musically, he's a great musician who has done a lot. He doesn't really do it anymore, but the fact he sort of inspired me to him. When I did Class Comedians, Jeremy Elwood was my mentor, and he sort of talked about involving music in your comedy as well, and so that's where I got that from.
I think it's fascinating. Like, I love how Whose Lines It Anyway does that. You know, they always have their kind of musical skit bits. Normally, it's what kind of musical is it? Like
the Hoedown.
Yes, yeah. And that always gets me every time. Like that guy Wayne
Brady.
He's fantastic.
He's a genius.
Colin Mochree's actually coming to New Zealand this year to do
good.
like a hypnotist / improv show combined.
Oh,
yeah.
He should do the improv part.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because I don't know if this. I think hypnotism is made up.
I think so too.
I don't think it's a real thing.
Yeah, don't cancel us for saying that. But I agree. Like, how does it work? I've heard that if you go on stage and you're in your mind like it's not going to work, that it won't work.
Yeah.
But if you got there open for it to work, it will work.
I feel like because when I was a kid as well, my brother again, there was a show on. I grew up in England. His name was Paul McKenna, and he did all these comedy things. He got people up and they pretended to be chickens, and when a bell went off, your legs would stop working. And then so I was so open to it, this idea that you could then use it to, I could be a genius with this. I could hypnotize myself to be able to remember everything I've ever read, which would be so useful. And then a hypnotist came to our school, and I was like, we're going to do it. I'm going to be the guy. And it just didn't work at all. And then one of the guys who it did work for was a friend of mine. He was like, I was just pretending because I didn't want him to feel bad.
Oh, yeah, okay. I wonder how much of that is actually plays a part.
You could just hire people to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Are we
everything is legit that you see on the TV.
Right, yeah, most things, right?
Yeah, it's fascinating. Like I've heard of people who get hypnotized to stop like addictions, like smoking or vaping and things like that.
And that's worked for them?
Well, I don't know.
They've stopped. Maybe in their mind. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating. It'd be an interesting show. I don't know if is he at the Q? He might be at the Q. I don't know where he is performing, but
I'd love to see Colin Mockery. I'm a friend of mine, Robbie, who I went to high school with. He's an incredible musician. He's perfect pitch. He's a composer. That's his job now, and he works in he's moved to Chicago, so they do all the improv stuff there. And so I was always like, I'm a very musical person, and I'm a complete piece of shit compared to Robbie Ellis. And so I was always trying to, we were always in bands, and we did a show on the Comedy Festival together and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I can't remember what my point is. Oh yeah, so he was the muso for Colin Mockery.
Oh, no kidding.
Before, so so amazing.
Be cool. That'd be a very cool show to be a part of.
Yeah, it'd be great.
In terms of your, if we want to call it achievements or your career and your life, let's talk about it. So this is the first time I'm referring to my notes because I don't want to get this wrong. We've got Miles and Jones.
Yes.
We're up to book 3 coming out soon.
That's
so
right.
far we've got Anaconda Attack.
Yep.
Blizzard of Blobs.
Yep.
And then, this is interesting, The Curse of the Carnivorous Cactuses.
Yes.
All right. Talk to me about that. You're now a children's author, dude.
Yeah.
And I think, I have to be honest, man, this is when kids get inspired to be readers, is when they read books like yours at a young age, 10, 9, 11 years old. And that's really what sets a lot of kids' journey up for being readers and writers when they're older. So I think it's a really, really cool thing to be able to put that next to your name, man.
It was so good. I also love that you went 10, 9, 11 years old. You did a 9/11 joke without even trying. Well done.
Yep.
On
purpose.
I'm quite like, my mum is a children's librarian. So
how cool.
So growing up, books were always around.
I love it.
I've always read the greatest kid books of all time, and so it all came from her, and literally it came from her because I in 2017 I went blind. I'm legally blind. My left eye is sort of all foggy, and there's a bit of a blind spot in the middle, so there's just nothing here. I can't see my hand there, and in my right eye I've got a blind spot right in the middle as well, so I can't see there. But so I do all my looking through my right eye, and because Harry was born in 2018, I was like, I've got this kid I'm never going to properly see. I can. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's a bit dramatic, but that's what I was thinking at the time. And I was like, I need to do something that I can, I want to sit there and read books to my kids like my mum did to me and like my wife does for my kids. So I was like, I know, I'll write a poem. I can remember a poem. It's like a song. It's easy to remember something that rhymes. So I wrote Snake Brought Cake. It's about a kid called Harry going to a zoo, and the animals put on a surprise birthday party for him. And so I wrote it and I sent it to my mum being like, oh look, I wrote this poem for Harry. And yes, I did forget my own son's name there for a second.
Yeah.
I was getting too ahead of myself in the story. And then mum sent me a message back and said, I've sent it to my literary agent. And I was like, oh, you have a literary agent? That's cool.
That. Yeah, okay.
I didn't even know that was really a thing. Hello, Francis, you're great. And then got a call from Francis saying, like, oh, hey, can we pitch your book to some people? And I was like, oh, what book is this? I don't have a book. She's like, oh, Snake Brought Cake. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. So I then got a call from Hachette, who are publishers, being like, oh, hey, can we buy your book, Snake Brought Cake? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, wow.
This is weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that were we talking about this on before? Just saying yes to cool things.
Yeah.
And so I did a couple of little changes, and now it's an actual proper book that they made. And then they said, do you have any other ideas for a thing? And I'd always thought about writing a book for when I was studying dentistry. When we started doing dentistry on kids, all the other people in my class were freaked out by that. And I was quite excited because kids are silly and fun and I like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
That might show you a bit more about my age of maturity than theirs. And they, so I wrote up Don't Scare the Dentist, the idea that it's a book. It's about a dentist called Charlie, my other kid's name, that he's scared of children, and then the children need to teach their dentist how not to be scared of kids by being cool. So yeah, pitch that, and then they made that. The Hachette made it as well. And then they were like, oh man, we've been trying to write we're trying to find someone to make a graphic novels with like scripted, so it's like just like a scripted show with words. And I'm like, write scripts. That's literally the other part of my job. So I pitched them this story about these kids going for their first ever sleepover, but while they're in the park, walking between them, just inspired by the park next to my house, and they get cursed by a witch and they get stuck in this park. And
man, what are the parks like over in Sunnylook, man?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Sunnylook Park, man, it's a hellscape.
Yeah, man.
And they and so that inspired the Anaconda Attack, and they were like, oh, we can make this a series. And I was like, well, I've done Anaconda Attack. That's A.
Yeah.
Can I do the next one, the Blizzard of Blobs? B.
Yeah, cool.
And they were like, yeah, cool. Can I do Curse of the Carnivorous Cactuses? And they're like, yeah. And so my aim is to do all 26 if they let me.
I love that.
I've written 4 already, which is the day of the dinosaur disaster.
Yeah.
E's a bit tricky, but I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But so and then they paired me up with an illustrator called Cesar Lador, who's amazing. He's Swiss, and he lives in France at the moment, but he does live in New Zealand. He was a environmental engineer and then switched to be an illustrator, which
I love it.
I think fits in pretty well with a dentist who turned to be a writer as well. And we get all our sort of we were talking about Jeremy before and how our age difference means we have slightly different references. We have literally exactly the same references, Caesar and I. So we're like, I want to do this thing like the Goonies. He's like, yeah, cool, man. I know exactly what. And it'll kind of look like Chunk. Yep, cool, got it. Great away. So
it's so good to have that
awesome
kind of partnership, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. And then and so hopefully I can just keep doing these books because it's so fun, especially with the graphic novel. I write the story, send it away to Caesar. He does all the thing over about a year. I get the book back. I've genuinely forgotten like what's happened in it. I read through them like, oh my gosh, what is this bit? Oh my gosh, there's a dinosaur there. That's sweet.
There's something for me that gives me great joy when I see, because I teach year 6, so I've taught different year levels, but primarily year 5, 6. So what's that, 9, 10-year-olds, and I always prioritize every day, whether it's them reading silently to themselves or me reading class text to them, like the joy of reading. Like I even remember it at high school, or not high school, primary school, where my teacher reading and putting on the voices and doing all that. And it's just like, I see the kids, like you see someone like David Williams, who's a really massive children's author.
Yeah.
I know there's some stuff gone down at the moment, but
that's quite exciting that he's now out of the picture. It really helps out all us other authors. So thanks, David Williams.
Thanks for that.
Sick freak.
But like just knowing kids, especially graphic novels, kids that my end, they love it, man. I've had to depending on the year levels I teach, but year 5, 6, graphic novels, they love it.
As soon as you get, I think of those as being a really good way to take people from picture books into that sort of the next level. The language is a little bit more, there's a few more words to read and stuff. And once you're in a graphic novel, it's very easy to then go into a novel and you're away. Yeah, I think it's so cool.
You're building these kind of pathways for kids, right, to make eventually reading whatever you read as an adult more accessible.
Yeah.
Instead of just, here's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Which is also pretty good, but
it is.
But again, what's up with J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, I know.
A bunch of these authors are like really ruining it for
you
themselves.
You really picked a good time.
Yeah. Or I could do something horrific and fit in with the crowd.
Yeah, like hop on this podcast. Wait till you see what we do at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me about your writing process. Like, I know that there maybe, because I've spoken to the only other author I've ever had on the podcast, talking about how there's this kind of pressure to make it what you think other people want it to be, but at the same time, you just want to make it your own thing. How's your writing process, and how much of it are you thinking about what needs to be in the book versus what you want to put in your book?
Yeah, I've got to the point now where I literally only do the things that I think are cool.
Yeah.
I have editors who are there to tell me when I'm going too far and being too weird or too boring. And then they'll say, like, oh, we need to, this bit is the same for too long, we need to switch it up, or this bit goes too crazy, there's too many things going on, an idea, simplify this. And so that's such a useful thing to have. It means you can just sit down and write something that you think is good by itself and then polish it up and hash it. Then my editor Dom has been just amazing for doing that. And I'm so fascinated by everyone else's writing process. My friend Chris from high school, Chris Blake, he writes crime novels. He's a policeman who now writes, he's a detective, and he writes these amazing, really grim novels, proper thick novels. I always think of them as being proper books, and then my little 24-page kids books are like, oh no, you can just write those up at a weekend. It takes like a year to write. What was my point? He is
writing process.
He writes little snippets. He'll write just a scene that he likes, and then another scene that he likes, and then another scene that he likes, and then sort of stitch them together with little things. And I think that's fascinating.
It is fascinating.
I can't do that.
Do you write linearly?
Yeah, I do. And I will write, I'll write sort of a rough idea for what happens in each scene. And because I know that in Miles and Jones, the books run into each other. So I know by the end of book 4, I need to know the title of book 5. So that'll be a point. And I know where I'm starting from because I've got the book beforehand. So I then have to figure out what happens in the meantime. I normally think of a movie or something that I loved as a kid and then kind of thematically base it around that. Book 4, weirdly enough, the one about dinosaurs, was quite inspired by Jurassic Park. And book
I love that.
It was my favorite. It came out when I was 8, and it's
Fantastic.
just the perfect time to see what I think is the greatest movie of all time.
We had
still to this day.
It was you were here, Ryan, off camera. We had this guy Todd. He was a Survivor winner. So zooming in the other day, and remember his big Jurassic Park glow in the thing on the wall that he had. The neon lights, he had this like neon
So cool.
T-Rex on the wall. It was like,
I love it.
I'll find a photo for you later. It was just like, your background is instantly better than my plants and plugs.
As soon as they're good plugs. It's just they'd look great plugged into a neon dinosaur.
Yeah.
And they'd look like they're coming out of the plants. It's a great idea.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't remember what we're talking about, but Jurassic Park is great.
Yeah. Oh, it was the inspiration for book 5.
Oh yes, yeah. And the book 4. No, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think one thing as well in terms of when you're a writer and you're because I've done a bit of writing, never seen the light of day except a couple of my friends.
Yeah,
and even that is a vulnerable experience.
Yeah.
Have you? Like, you've done lots of writing in terms of in the comedy world, other people performing jokes and gags and stuff like that. Is there a different level of vulnerability for you for people to read your writing that comes in book form, especially for the world's most honest audience, kids?
Yeah. I don't think so, because I think all the things I do are always fun and silly. I'm never sort of exposing truths about my history. Like, I've just been listening. I almost exclusively listen to audiobooks by comedians talking about their lives. And I don't think I could ever do that. There's just too many things I'd feel so awkward about talking about my normal upbringing with my good parents who never anything. There are certain stories that were, I think, quite important in my life with sort of shaping what happens. But I don't really want to talk about that because it involved someone else who I don't have permission to talk about this other person with. Whereas all my things are like, oh, here's a made-up child who can be inspired by someone, but then you're not sort of sharing someone else's story.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Have you actually had the process? Because I know Susie Cato, who has just said yes, by the way, Ryan, off camera, which is great for later in the year. She's going to come and do an episode with us.
She is awesome. I got to know her on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, cool, yeah.
I was doing the warm-up and the scripts, and we get on like a house on fire. I'm actually in her new TV show, You and Me. Again, You and Me Together. It's called You and Me Together. And so she got me on to read my book out on it, which is so awesome.
Oh, isn't that cool?
And I'm doing a stand-up gig with her in the Comedy Festival this year.
Oh, lovely.
Which is going to be so awesome.
So I'm looking forward to having her on. Like, I mean, growing up, I remember when I was working at New World as a student and she came through my checkout, I almost fainted, man. It was like, you don't often meet people and get...
best.
Yeah.
She is cool. Exactly what she's like on TV. So lovely. She's funny.
Well, totally. And I was going to say, like, I was at my last school, and this ties into what we were saying. So that's great. She just said yes to hop on the podcast. So how good. But she was saying that she came through, did our talent show, and she had a book, or she had something, I think it was a book, and she got our kids to do live feedback. They recorded it, they read the book, and give her, what do you like about the book? What could be better about the book?
So good.
Have you ever had anything like that with your books and kids as your target audience?
I use my own kids to read them, so
That's a good
I've definitely
good gauge.
I get them to go through it once I'm happy with. I'll start off with Charlie, and now Harry's more of the target market for it, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, this part was cool," and I'll be like, "What part did you like?" And he's like, "This part was a bit lame." I'll be like, "Okay, cool, man, that's great. I'll zhuzh that up."
Yeah.
So that is incredibly useful. It's only ever those two children. I think I feel like they're going to give me the most honest thing.
Yeah, of course.
If I gave it to someone else's kid, they'll be like, "Oh, look, this guy's come and give me this book." And
Yeah,
it probably wouldn't
you
be
might
quite
not get
as
the most honest.
yeah.
Although kids are pretty honest.
They are pretty honest. They are very good at doing it. Actually. And then my mum's the other one that I show her everything because she has experience and is always very supportive and lovely because she's my mum and she's great. And then and she will be like, "Oh no, I've seen this before," and something. She's big on do something new, do something different, something that you've never seen before, which I think is very much in my now comedy brain. If ever I'm writing something, I'm like, this is what Mitchell and Webb did in that sketch, or this is a thing that I saw on XYZ.
So you're talking about originality here.
Yeah, exactly right. Just if we've been playing on 7 Days recently. We've been playing charades, and which is great, really funny. It's gone well every time, and every time I'm like, this is a thing I've seen 1,000 times before. Like, can we do something a little bit different? And saying that, we do the same games all the time every week on 7 Days as well. So it is a bit. But when they're our game that we've come up with or
it's different, right?
have kind of stolen from someone else.
Adapted, we'll say.
If we've lovingly adapted and given our own spin to it, that's when I'm almost keen to do something new. That's why I think we did really well on Taskmaster New Zealand when we started. We were so obsessed with the original version of the show. I was working with Joseph Moore, who is now one of the writers on Saturday Night Live UK, which is so awesome. And we properly just, whenever we came up with a task idea, we made sure that it hadn't been done anywhere before. And then even so, the UK version of the show started using our versions, which, is like an absolute blessing to watch your favorite show, and then you're like, "Oh my god, I wrote that! I wrote that thing that they put on." It's great.
Yeah. It is really nice when New Zealand television gets recognised for its own chops.
Yeah, and we've seen it with Guy Montgomery's Spelling Bee, which is just going. Oh, it's such a great show. Joseph works a lot on that as well, and Guy and I did a little bit on season 1.
I thought that was filmed in Australia.
The Australian version of it is.
Oh, but he's not the same. Is he in?
He's the host of both of them. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I always see Ray O'Leary, because he's hopped on the show.
Oh, he's great. What a boy.
Oh, legend. A very unique sense of humour, eh?
Yeah.
And style of comedy. But he's always seems to be doing Australian.
He lives there now. He lives in Melbourne now.
Yes, that's right.
And they've just latched onto him and stolen him from us.
Ursula Carson over there now too?
Yes, yeah. She's got a new sketch show coming out like this year, and Charlie, my son, is in it.
No way.
He plays Ursula's son on some of the scenes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which was so awesome.
Yeah. I love that.
Ursa's great. She's awesome. And she's just, again, one of those absolute comedy minds, just naturally. Yeah. And it's annoying how good she is without preparing stuff.
Funny story. I've actually met her. She would never remember this, but I was a friend of mine worked at TVNZ, did a lot of camera stuff.
Yeah.
And I came to pay him a visit, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I'll give you a little tour around the place." I was like, "Oh yeah, great."
Awesome.
And I was walking around, and then I walked into this room. I doubt you were doing the crowd work there. You might have been doing the warm up. And I walk into this room, and they were filming something. Well, no, they weren't filming. It was in a break. And I don't know what show it would have been. It was like one of those shows.
Was it Have You Been Paying Attention?
It was. It was Have You Been Paying Attention, I think. And I remember the stagehand, whoever it was, saying, "Hey, have you back from the bathroom?" I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm in the wrong place. And as I say that, Ursh comes walking past me. She's like, "Hey." I was like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" Good. And I think she might have thought I was an audience member too. And I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah. I could have just snuck in, to be honest, but...
Yeah, that was. I did the audience warm up for that.
Oh, so yeah, you probably were in there
for some of them. Yeah, that was a cool show. And it finished weirdly. Like, it was rating well and doing well, and then TVNZ all of a sudden was just like, "Oh no, we'll just stop doing shows for a bit." They're just starting to do them again now, and that was after COVID, 2022 maybe.
That's part of the business you're in, right? It's stable and unstable at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, it's very. I think it's crazy that my first show that I worked on just happened to be 7 Days, which just happens to be the one that's been going for 18 seasons.
It's a flagship, really.
It's a flagship. You're absolutely right, and I'm so lucky that that just timed up perfectly with me. I've also super lucky. I worked on 7 seasons of Jono and Ben. 7 seasons of a show is absolutely nuts. The Project as well. There are lots of these shows. Most of the things I've worked on have been cancelled, like Subway, but
Yeah.
the
No correlation.
yeah. Quite a bit of correlation. But yeah, there are so very nicely though. A lot of the crews on the same shows work from one to one, which is cool.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Like what I like about people like John and Ben. Jono's found this new. Everyone finds their niches of what they do, right? Like Guy does New Zealand Today. Jono does interviewing people in a roast shop.
And it's called the roast shop, and he roasts them. It's such a good idea for a show.
So good, yeah. I came across the other day. What is this? I mean, you go around and you pretend you've bought a house once a week.
Oh
yeah,
it's
just
that's my comedy niche.
Yeah, walk up to a for sale sign and take a photo.
Because I'm blind, I don't drive. Yeah. I go on lots of walks, and you just walk past sold signs all the time. And every time I just take a photo next to it. And my favorite one so far, I was I'm working on Game of Two Halves, and I was doing a thing with Josh Thompson, and he gave me a lift back home, and we passed the sold sign. I was like, Josh, this is going to seem weird. Would you mind if we pull over and take a photo at the sold sign? And he was like, yep. He just did it straight away. Josh Thompson's the man. Yeah. And so we got this wonderful photo with him. And so now I get cameos in my little sold signs.
I love that. I love that. Speaking of cameos, and you've spoken a lot, Sam, about this idea of just giving something a go, no matter how random it is. Yeah. So I'm going to show you a photo. I'll hold up to camera, but what I'll just do, in the editing later, I'll explain to the listeners. But I'm going to show, in terms of cameos and things you've done, I'm going to show you this photo.
Yes.
And so for the audience listening, we'll do a zoom up. We'll do this. This is a photo of Sam and Alan Carr, who is a fellow contestant on a show, The Traitors. And that's, a lot of people know you from The Traitors.
Yeah.
I think it's criminal that you haven't actually posted since then about the fact that he won it and bring this photo back. Maybe you did and I didn't see it. But isn't it funny, that you had this crazy experience on one of the most mind-boggling shows you can go on, and you just said yes to it. So first of all, why did you say yes? And second of all, are you and Alan Carr best mates now?
Oh, I would love to be best mates with Alan Carr. We've got so much to debrief on. No, I met him on The Project. He was a guest on the show there, and I was doing warm-up and was like, I've got to talk to this man. And he was so good. This was pre-Traitors for both of us, I think. And so I asked him if he was ever going to do Taskmaster, because that was the other thing I was working on at the time. And he was like, I'm probably too big to do Taskmaster. And I was like, fair enough. That's all right. But people come down. We'll get him when he's coming down.
Yeah.
And then when I did Traitors, it was, the reason I said yes was because it was just the thing. I say yes to everything, basically. For the reasons that we've talked about. And also because it's, work begets work. Things lead to other things. Everything I've done has come from something beforehand. I got Traitors because the producer of it was the producer for Dancing with the Stars when I did warm up, who was the producer for Family Feud when I did warm up and wrote the scripts. And I think they went like, oh, this show needs people who are okay with. I was on the celebrity version. I'm very much not as a celebrity, but just as someone who would be okay around celebrities. Yeah. My friend Justine Smith was on the show and other people like that. And so, yeah, absolutely said yes straight away, because I knew the producers as well are my friends and they would look after me and it would be okay. And doing a reality TV show would be awesome fun. Didn't know what The Traitors was. And then it had only just started. Like the UK season 1 hadn't even been on, which was when it sort of properly blew up and got massive. So I watched the Australian version, season 1, as it came out. I think 3 episodes came out. And then I started watching and being like, oh, this show is amazing. What a fun show. This would be so cool to do. And then sort of studied that as it came out and saw how intense it gets at the end of it. Then the UK season happened with Wilf and all those ones from the UK season 1, who I've met those people now, and they via Zoom, and they were awesome. And sort of studied up on that. The first season of the American one as well. That's Sari from Survivor one.
I love Sari.
Oh, she's so good. I've also messaged her on we've talked. I've talked with her.
Kidding.
Because I stole things from that they all said in podcasts when I was on the show. And so yeah, things like Sari said that she always looked confused, and so that made people sort of think she was a faithful because she didn't know what was going on. And that's what I was as well.
Yeah.
And so then, I just felt like I'd somehow luckily fallen into this cool spot where I'd somehow got a part on the greatest show that just keeps blowing up and getting better and better and better.
It's huge now. It's probably one of the biggest shows in the world at the moment.
Yeah, exactly
the success of all the recent seasons. I think New Zealand season 2 was also really successful.
It was really good.
I think they've just filmed season 3.
Yes, they have.
So it's going to be, for a while there, quite a big... It's kind of like, because I'm a big Survivor fan, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, you're now part of this kind of like Traitors alumni, you know, where only X amount of people have done that experience, and you can now say, you know, you and Sari have a shared experience.
It's exactly right, and it's so crazy that she's almost won Survivor a bunch of times, and she's won like the first version of the Traitors. I also won the first version of the New Zealand Traitors.
Let's get into that, because I mean, it feels criminal to not introduce you as a Traitors winner, because another notch in the belt of how incredible that is.
Man, that whole thing, because I was such a big nerd on the show, I'd studied up, I'd made plans. I genuinely thought that I was going to be a traitor. I thought they got me in to be a traitor. I'm a nice, friendly guy. I could be the sneaky man murdering people at night. I was so sure. I knew exactly how I was going to do it all. And then when Paul Henry went round the table and didn't tap me on the shoulder, I was like, there has been a mistake. This is not right. And so I sort of had to quickly switch to, I have to be Aaron from season 1 of British, because the faithful won that season. And I was like, I have to be this guy that is then sort of a bit clueless and sort of is helpless and is trying their best but not really doing much. And that's quite hard to do when you're also trying to genuinely figure out who this thing is. Because I love puzzles, I love figuring things out, and I just couldn't do it for the life of me. So I realized that I had to become someone who, like, I had to allow people to manipulate me. I listened to what everyone said, and I tried to see what they were saying, and I think because of that, people were like, oh yeah, this guy's on my side. I did it flukily with the right people. Brooke Howard Smith especially kept me in the game when very much should have murdered me many times. And it was just that show. You don't realize you get put in this place. We were at Woodhouse Mountain Lodge, which is a lovely place. I actually stayed there on Friday night. I went back to reminisce. It was awesome.
Yeah, fun.
And just you get locked in your rooms. You're alone. You don't talk to your family. You just spend the whole time for 10 days. I was just there thinking, who the hell out of this group of lovely people is lying to me? They all seem genuine. I like them all. And just someone in this house and lovely people are lying to me. And it was so annoying. Yeah. And then it was almost a relief at the end of the show when Julia got voted out, and I thought she was a traitor, but she was a faithful. I was like, oh no, lovely Julia. I can't believe I've done this to this nice person. She was going to use the winnings to fix the roof of her house. I was like, I've literally taken the house off a family, the roof off the house of a family. And then I got down to the final 2, and it was Brooke and Anna, the 2 people that had just had my backs the whole time. They're the people I'd confided in. They're the people of Anna was so nice that I suspected that she was a traitor because she was stringing me along, and that's why someone would be so nice. No, she's just that nice. And then Brooke was just always working with things. We were talking through ideas and stuff, and he was saying, this is what I would do in this situation. What do you think as well? Yeah. And just so then finally having to decide between 2 people who I love those 2 people. Yeah. It was I was like, oh no, I have to get this right. Otherwise I'm going to look like a complete idiot. And I don't like that. Yeah. Which is so hard to do when you're a faithful in that game. And very luckily, Brooke Howard Smith looked really nervous, and so I voted for him, and he turned out to be a traitor, and Anna and I won. Like, there were so many lucky moments in that show. Yeah. And it was so fun.
Yeah, you did enjoy it.
I loved it.
Yeah, because I know that one of the, people say that have come out of the show how intense of an experience it is as well. Like I know you're on the project, I think, with Brody one time, and you talked about how it was turning you into somebody you're not normally like getting angry and getting frustrated and yelling and all of this, and that's not you.
I hate people who are traitors. I know it's a game. I know they're just people who have been handed a role. I hate those people. When I watch these seasons now and traitors win, I'm like, no! I'm so mad when the latest celebrity traitors, when Alan Carr won, a person I've met who I think is quite lovely. I hate the fact that Alan Carr won that game.
Faithful through and through.
I'm 100% faithful till I die.
Yeah.
And the fact that Nick Mohammed and Joe Marler didn't end up winning that show,
that face that Joe makes when Nick's obviously turned on him,
Yeah.
He's like, what?
But no, that's Joe's fault. Nick was in the right there. Joe Marler dressed as a vampire for that final. Have you seen it? He's wearing like a big collar.
That's so true, yeah.
And I was like, why did you dress like a baddie at the end? What a crazy thing. I'd done this thing in the show where my sister is a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And so I had got her to sort out all my wardrobe and make me progressively get more pastel. So throughout the show, I start wearing dark. I'm start as dark so that you don't sort of, you don't stand out at all. And then slowly you get more pastel and less threatening, and so more and more people are like, well, it can't be this guy. Clearly,
yeah, wow.
That's the level of
because you strike, even on the show and just in general, you're the t-shirt, shorts kind of guy.
Yeah,
no, nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice being on a show with Colin Mathura Jeffrey, who bought 3 suitcases and we were only allowed 1. And man, he's funny, that guy.
Yeah, yeah. It's a crazy experience to think that you've been on the show, but you're kind of, for New Zealand, you were in the pioneer era of it. Like I know they're continuing to produce all around the world now and in New Zealand, but for you, you were in that pioneering
I feel
phase of
so lucky to be on the first version of that show because now everything ramps up from here. I know that I've worked on season 2 and 3, coming up with missions and writing scripts, and so we get to now I came out being like, we didn't really get tortured that much in the missions. Let's ramp that up a level. So.
So you had a hand in writing some of the stuff for even the current stuff that's been recorded.
Yeah.
Obviously change of host as well.
Yes, which is great. Big. Madeline Sami is such a cool choice. She's a choice of host. Chost.
That's a nice word.
Yeah, she's so awesome. She's so funny, and it's weird because I know her from comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And then now that she's the host, I sort of have to switch writing from very sinister Paul Henry into very lovely Madeline Sami.
Yeah, that must be different, eh? It comes back to that thing you talk about writing for different people.
Yeah.
Writing for different styles.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think Mads really wanted to, because that's not really a version of her we've seen before as well, which I'm so excited to see. I haven't seen anything from these seasons. This season with Mads as the host, which is going to be so cool. And I got to write some of the scripts for the Australian one as well.
Because they filmed them at the same place.
Yeah, exactly right. And so I got to write for Gretel Colleen, who hosted Big Brother. She's the host of Big Brother, and I got to write for her, which is great. She's crazy, which is perfect for the show. I love it.
So good. And that's the thing too, is that one of the things I think was crazy is in that final day, I think in the format, correct me if I'm wrong, in the format of Traitors, the final day, it's like a big mission that everyone has to do. And I remember, I think it was Brooke had to get in with a bath of bugs. Someone had to go get a tattoo.
Yeah, that was Anna.
Anna had to go get a tattoo.
Colin had to eat a cow's eye, tongue, and heart.
And Uchi did that effortlessly.
That seemed like it was just another day for him.
Yeah, I know.
Which is
kind of sadistic. I was like, oh my gosh.
He's one of those people that I think he's so funny, but there's so much weird stuff going on with it. I love him to bits. He's great.
Yeah.
And then Julia had to go to a day spa.
Which is crazy. But then you had to go and get a monk haircut, which is gnarly, dude. It's such a gnarly thing to
I had this incredible moment where they're like, you had to shave your head like a monk? And I was like, oh, this is so funny. I really don't want to do this, but man, that's funny. Oh, this is my big moment on TV. I've managed to get to the end of this thing.
Yeah.
and I'm going to look like an absolute idiot. This is crack up, man. Damn it, I'm so annoyed. And then I think I even said in the show, like, if I got this haircut for some asshole to win this money,
yeah, I know.
I'll be so pissed off.
Well, that's the whole thing of the show, right? Is that you guys are all earning money through missions, but the reality is you put in all your blood, sweat, and tears, and only very few people see the reward of their.
Exactly right. Thing. Genuinely, I did not even think about the money at all. Like, it wasn't until at the end Paul said you and Anna have a share of this money that I was like, oh yeah, oh gosh, all this work we did, we actually get to keep the stuff. It's so good. I'm so incredibly grateful to all the people who work so hard for those crazy things, carrying those barrels of wine along a driveway and doing puzzles and stuff and doing sort of yuck horrible things like going in a bath full of maggots. I get to I get the prize from that. So
they went through that for you, my friend.
Yeah, and it was so nice. Traitors really did mean a lot to me because I was in this thing where, you know, I have MS and I'm blind. I think I say this on the show as well. That group of people just welcomed me from just so openly. Just everyone was so lovely to me throughout. I was going to say cast and crew alike, but I know the crew. They're people I work with on 7 Days and all these other shows as well. And it was I just felt so welcomed in this family and so much a big part of it that it genuinely is such a moment and such a teaching moment for myself as a blind person. I was sort of never really taught how to be blind. I learned it from talking to other people and finding out how to do things, and then realizing that, oh no, I can actually still do awesome things. I feel emotional talking about it just now. Still to this day, anytime I think about it, it's so like incredibly.
Well, I love
cool.
that. I love that show gave you the ability to present that what it is that MS is and how it affects your life to a nationwide audience. Like my auntie's got MS.
Oh, great!
And you know,
great.
Well,
I know
great.
I know that's such
I know what you're saying though. Yeah,
great.
100%. And I don't know exactly the ins and outs of how MS affects every person, but for her it's mobility, right? So she's in a scooter and
cool.
Can't really walk that much anymore. But it's and my other, actually funny enough, and my other uncle has MS.
Great.
And he's blind in one eye.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
it's me. That's me.
Yeah. Sam is my uncle.
I thought we weren't going to tell them.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we'll cut that bit. No. But you know, and it is like I've seen how it affects my auntie, my uncle, and the family, and it just really is like people being able to see that experience through you on Traitors. It's a special thing, man.
MS is my granddad had it, so I knew about it growing up, like or as long as I can remember, I knew about it, and then when I got it, I had also done dentistry, so a lot of anatomy things. I know that in MS, your body thinks that the myelin, the stuff around your nerve fibers, is real delicious, and so eats it, and so then the messages in your body don't get translated. For me, it's my eyes. The messages from my eyes don't get to my brain. Same thing with your aunt, her messages from her legs won't get her brain. So that's why those things don't work, and why it affects everyone so differently. You can have MS and it can affect one finger or kind of nothing. Yeah. And you can have someone that it affects a certain spot in the spinal cord of their brain, which means the whole right side doesn't work. So it's so wildly different. And what I want to do, it's the same thing with my dentistry book. I wanted to show that rather than if someone gets diagnosed with MS and they don't know anything about it, they can go straight to that thing of, oh, cool, this is the end for me. What a horrible thing for that person to happen. Yeah. What I want them to do is be like, oh no, I've heard about this. I know it's for Sam it looks like this. For other people, they probably have an aunt. Everyone has an aunt or someone that has MS. Right. And so they can then go, oh, I see that it's different for different people. It's going to be different for me as well. I got that as well from the MS nurses at Auckland Hospital. They are just so good at this. I went in being like, oh cool, I'm probably going to be like my granddad. I'll get to go in a cool wheelchair and that'll be great. And then she was like, oh, well, no, it depends on the part that you get. And for you, it could be nothing. Yeah. Which is, a cool lesson. How for people that, because there'll be lots of people listening to this that have even recently been diagnosed with some sort of health condition, whether it's something that is very serious or not so serious or somewhere in between. And there's this aspect of my life's over. Yeah.
And I know in 2015, you spoke about how initially there was a bit of that thought, right? Like this sucks, life's done,
Yeah.
it's all over.
Yeah.
But, fast forward 10, 11 years and, you've done so many cool things and continuing to live life. How do you encourage people that have actually, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak?
Yeah, I think it's just from continuing to do things and to talk about it. Me talking about MS to other people with MS is great. I love it. I think it's you kind of meet people that have it worse than you, and that kind of makes you feel good. You also make friends with those people, and you then have more friends, which is great as well. But I think the thing is, if you stay by yourself and you think that you're alone, that's just not the case. And hopefully, by me talking about it on things and by it being just out there a little bit more, people talking about it, it means that those people will know that there are other people with it. They won't feel alone, and they get to realize that, that you can do things. Genuinely, MS is one of the greatest things that's happened to me. Not physically, but it's meant that, it stopped me from doing, I love doing dentistry. I really enjoyed it, but it stopped me from doing that. It meant I could only really do my hobby, which is comedy, and which has just been so much more fun. It's sort of, what I realized, I needed a medical event for me to realize that, but you don't need something like that to do the things that you like. You can just start doing the things that you like. You probably do need a job that will help you pay for those things.
Yeah.
But those, you don't need to be the richest person in the world. You can just somehow sort your life out so that you are doing things that you love doing.
I love that. I mean, even for me doing podcasting was similar, right? It's like I'm a teacher. I'm like, I could never get into doing this because, who am I to whatever? And here I am over 100 episodes.
You're smashing it, mate.
And I also had a medical event,
What'd you do?
What I do?
What did you do?
What happened to me? I actually had a very weird, unique type of heart attack at 25.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, right?
Incredible.
Yeah. And luckily for me, it's the type of heart attack. It's called SCAD. Majority or predominantly affects women.
Is it atrial? Is it atrial and
SCAD? So spontaneous coronary artery dissection.
Oh.
So one of my smaller branch vessels kind of tore after the gym once.
Amazing.
And so for me, that was like a wake up call too. It was like I was already podcasting at the time, but just in life in general, man, I was like, it's a shame. What I'm trying to say is, it's a shame it takes something like that
exactly right
to realize. Go and do whatever you want to do, and within reason. Don't go on.
It'll be so cool if someone just hears this. And goes, oh, cool, yeah, great. I'm in this job that I hate. But I want to be a florist.
Totally.
I'm just going to go be a florist
or a fisherman or something.
Oh, do your passion and get paid to do the thing that you love.
Yeah.
And I'm so lucky. My job is to sit down and watch 7 days be filmed live. It's crazy.
It's amazing. Eh?
I learned how to take a tooth out properly, but I just get to sit down and laugh with people. I've got the greatest life. It's awesome. And not the greatest. Not having MS would be great.
Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. Well, I think that's a good place to kind of land the plane of this episode. Is like for people listening that are in that space of just like.
I genuinely forgot we were recording this.
Yeah,
I was just having a great chat.
That's a good sign, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's
hello,
a camera
everyone.
there and lights and an audio engineer. But, speak to the and especially too, and I always try and do this, specific to the guests, speak to whether it's the young comic who's up and coming and doesn't know what to do and how to just crack into it, or it's someone who's in a job that they hate and they know that they would love to go and do this thing, whatever it might be. Like, speak to that person listening. Yeah. What would you say? Everything we've just said, really.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just go and do it. Just don't be a wimp. Just go and do it. Yeah. Don't wait for the thing to stop you from doing that thing before you do it. I'm not sure if that made sense.
Yeah, it does.
But life's too short. Oh, I like saying things in a new way, and life's too short is like such a cliche, but it's genuinely true.
Life's not long enough.
Life is not long enough.
Yeah.
Life is far too little.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't sound as good. Life's too short just sounds great.
Yeah. Well, it was coined for a reason. I think, hey, for people listening to this, man, they can check out. Actually, I don't know where they could watch Traitors season 1 now, because I know how I watched it, and I won't promote that on here.
Oh, you watched on the 3 Now app?
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
No, it's not. I don't know where it is.
Because season 2 is on YouTube. But for people who want to watch your show, they want to check out your books and the things you've done, mate. Where would you send people?
At Sam Smith Comedy on all the social media things. I've got samsmith.co.nz as well, where I put things on, and then the big please just watch all New Zealand television, because I may have been a writer or the warm-up guy for it. So I've actually got I've got a show in development that I hope we get to make. It's about a dentist who gets multiple sclerosis. Wow. And so we're finding out in the next couple of weeks if we get funding for it. I just so hope that we do, because it'll be another great way of just talking more about MS and getting it out there.
Is it going to be like a comedy kind of skit?
It's like
show.
No, it's like a rom-com.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I'm writing it with Amanda Allison, who made Mean Mums, which was a great show that I got to be on as well. And so, I'm just, that's if I get to do that, I think that's literally everything I've ever wanted to do done. Create a TV show is the only other thing I don't think I've done, which is cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. Well, hopefully by the time this airs, that'll be
that would have been announced. And thank you for your taxpayer funding through New Zealand On Air. I'd much appreciate that.
Do your tax returns, please.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's really important.
Yeah. Hey Sam, look, I know you've done probably lots of these kinds of podcasts and interviews and things like that, but I have too. I mean, I'm over 100, and I'm honestly saying this, and Ryan off camera can agree that I haven't actually said this to a guest in a long time, but that was one of my favorites to record. Just so easy, good chats.
Buddy, you're the best.
Yeah,
so good.
It was good,
It was
Ryan?
great for me. I'm literally like you say. You just love enjoying watching 7 Days. For me, this is my 7 days. I'm just like,
great.
Fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it.
I really have, man. Again, it's just talking about all the favourite things I've done. It's lovely. Yeah. How can people say no to
Amazing.
it?
Well, until next time, mate. Boom.